Hello and welcome to a game between IdrA and Tarson. IdrA will be playing as the red Zerg player at the upper right hand corner, and Tarson will be playing as the blue Terran player at the lower left hand corner. This is Your Face. The map is going to be Xel'Naga Caverns, and this is game number 2. If you missed game number 1, it's right before this one. You can check it out. You should watch it because it does give away to some of the things that will happen in this game, and there is going to be an extractor first, possibly into the spawning pool as he is saving up minerals. We will see 200 minerals directly into spawning pool, and on the other hand, we will see barracks, and the other barracks is probably going to go up as well. Double barracks again for Tarson, and this is the ESL IEM World Championships. It is really good. There's a lot of good players. I'm totally looking forward to doing more of these replays. If there is a favorite player you want to hear about or see from, and that did not make sense, let me know, because I do possess the reading comprehension of at least a second grader, so I will be able to read your comments and determine the best course of action. And the first Marine is going to come out, as there is going to be 3 drones inside that extractor at this moment. Both these players are actually pretty hyped up, especially Tarson. I don't think he was too happy about his performance in the last game, because I think he had several chances, and spawning pool just finished, and IdrA, if he were to win this one, he will be able to move on and get more points. And ooh, he actually lets that drone inside. I think one more series of shots would have downed that drone, but the drone is inside, and ooh, I think that was a little fake by Tarson there. And Tarson will be moving out 1 Marine to the base, and he already has 1 SCV inside the base of IdrA. IdrA will have 6 of those Zerglings coming out very quickly. And Tarson did scout out the natural expansion of IdrA, but of course IdrA is going to put down his hatchery now, and so Tarson does not know about it just yet. And if we take a look at the units lost tab, both players have lost their scouting drone / SCV, and we will see command center coming out. This is a very risky move. 3 Marines into command center from double barracks. That is risky. And we see a pack of Zerglings, a total of 6 coming out to the natural expansion of Tarson. And Tarson is making a lot of Marines, a lot at a time, and he just missed it. The Zerglings are going to be able to... Ooh, no he's not. I thought he was going to run up the ramp, but I suppose there was a moment of weakness when he could have ran in, but I think IdrA did not go for it. Metabolic boost is about to be complete, as the command center is about 50 or so % complete, and double refinery going up as well. There's only 1 refinery, one extractor going for IdrA, but he's not using it. He is using all of his minerals, so we will see quite a different income differential in just a few moments, as they are relatively the same now. And there is a scouting unit coming inside, not going to find too much as more and more drones are being pumped out at this moment, but I believe he did scout out the natural expansion that is going to go up for IdrA. He is also going to be getting his own natural expansion, as the bunker is going to go down and more Marines will be spawning. This game is going to be Marine. There's actually more Marines than Zerglings. Marines going to be able to get inside the bunker and successfully defend against those Zergling harassment. And orbital command center may be coming on. Yes, it is. And still double gas at this moment for Tarson, whereas IdrA is still only on 1 gas. We can see Tarson's actually well ahead of IdrA, as he chose to only make a handful of those Marines. Unit counting station does show 11 Marines versus about 8 or so Zerglings, but of course they're not going to be engaging in a fight just yet. IdrA is still just sniffing around the outer edges of Tarson's base. You thought I was going to go for something else, didn't you? Factory is going to be placed down by Tarson, as a Bailing's Nest is also going to be placed down by IdrA at this moment. Both players are still checking each other out, as there's 1 SCV here. I'm not quite sure why that is. Maybe he wants to build something else around it, or maybe he forgot to set the SCV to a different point, and the Zerglings are still looking for a way in. They're very quick now with the metabolic boost. The SCV is going to get surrounded and taken down. I suppose that was a bait, or possibly not a bait. Stem pack is being researched by the tech lab that is attached to the barracks, and Bailing's Nest is up, and it looks like Lair Tech is about halfway through. There will be a supply depot. I can't stress enough the importance of the supply depot. You usually want something around the side of it so you prevent a complete surround, and that is a really good location for a supply depot if you were to defend from that bunker. And we do see the second as well as third gas coming out for IdrA momentarily, and Tarson all this time has been having the 2 gas, and he is not going to be grabbing his third just yet. As we can see, the income differential, IdrA still slightly behind in terms of the gas, and army size now is going to be at 55 versus 49. Most of those units are going to be drones at this moment. About 10 more drones, 11 more drones for IdrA than it is for his opponent Tarson, and there's going to be 1 Overlord that dies to a pack of Marines, but that Overlord came in at a really good timing. He actually found out that his opponent is going to be opening with the Stargate, I mean the Gateway. No, not the Stargate, not the Gateway, the thingy that is flying, the Starport, yes. And there is going to be an Overlord flying around still. That was just really good timing by IdrA, scouting at exactly the right time. +1 weapons is being researched, and we do see Aspire. We might see the Bailings, Zerglings, as well as Mulas. It's been working for IdrA so far in this tournament format, and we do see 2 additional SCVs going to that refinery. There's only 1 SCV on that refinery. Both of these players are starting to build up an army, as they are pretty well underway into the second base. Bunch of Zerglings coming in, does get shot at by some of the Marines, and will be forced to fall back, does not want to engage those Marines. Army counting station does show 24 versus 22. 24 of those things are going to be Marines, and he is going to go for a slight push here. He will be making tanks. Tanks don't really have the siege tech just yet. He is going to make his first one. 2 medevacs coming out. These 2 medevacs will be able to help these Marines, and there's also 1 Overlord over here. Just hanging out. 1 Overlord over here as well. IdrA is getting in a very defensive position. He is making a lot of Mutalisks, and he's also morphing in some Bailings. Bailings with their centrifugal hooks are not yet complete, so they do not have the speed just yet. And it appears that Tarson is going to be going to the side. I think he accidentally split up his Marines. He probably did not want to do that. He could probably get these 4 surrounded if IdrA were quick enough or paying attention, but it looks like he was not. And Overlord going to get sniped here, possibly by Tarson, and Overlord goes down. His opponent, IdrA, is slightly supply block, or almost slightly supply block, 90 of 92, and this is a good surround. Good control by Tarson, did not lose that many units, pick up all of them, but the problem is there are a bunch of Mulas here. Mulas will be able to take down that 1 medevac very soon, and that was a... I don't think that was too great of an exchange for Tarson, as he did lose 2 of those medevacs and a bunch of Marines, and the final Marine is going to go down as well. Unit counting station does show it's 96 versus 80, as IdrA is going to be possibly expanding once again. He must be thinking about that because his nature is to expand and macro and macro and macro. He is going to destroy the rocks. There is already 1 Marine sitting on the expansion that he wants to take. Mutalisks is coming over, and we'll be able to take down that Marine, no problem. At the moment, the upgrade for Tarson is going to be 1-0 upgrade for IdrA is still going to be at 0-0. Pack of Mutalisks flying around the map, always dangerous. Siege tech is finally being researched along with the army. We might see some Thors with additional factory being opened up. Inside the base, there's going to be 2 factories and 2 barracks, 1 barrack, 4 barracks actually. There's 2 more down here that I missed initially. And Mutalisks still flying around, joining by his other flying dragons. Don't they look like flying dragons? Or flying caterpillars? And there is going to be no siege tech yet for Tarson, but he will probably siege them as soon as he can. 3rd base is being taken by IdrA at this moment. Army size of 106 versus 94. Slightly supply block for Tarson once again. He is going to be putting down a lot of those supply depots. He actually put down an extra supply depot, drop supply on one of those supply depots, and this SCV is going to go down. That was really good timing by IdrA. I guess he just keeps on scanning you until he finds something to kill, and that was really good timing, taking out that CV along the missile turret. Will cost him quite a bit, and also set him back slightly in time. And this gold expansion has already gone down, the rocks I mean, and he will be able to get it if he wishes. Army counting station does show 120 against 112. The Terran player, Tarson, has closed the gap a little bit with a lot of reactors. He does have 3 reactors, 1 tech lab attached to barracks, and double, I thought it was double Thor. 1 Thor and 1 tank coming out of each factory. And we see +1 for the ground units for the Zerg player, for both the weapon as well as armor, and also the flying +1 attack as well. Marines coming out here, they don't want to be little stranglers and get killed off. They want to bunch together and go together as one. And it appears that IdrA is going to be grabbing up his 3rd base at this moment, also getting double gas. Income tab does show they're still about the same, but as soon as IdrA gets this base up and running, he should be in really good shape. IdrA once again splitting down the creep on, spreading the creep on this area here. Mutalisks flying around the map. There is a total of 15 Mutalisks. I'm not sure if all of them are here, and it appears all of them are there. Or, there's one more over here. And IdrA is going to come in. Tarson might want to put some turrets up here or around his base. He does have a lot of turrets around his base, and he is going to be getting more and more upgrades. He is getting the first armor upgrade and also the first weapons attack upgrade for his units. Mutalisks just flying around. That was a little bit too glitchy and jerky. Let me just follow these thingies if I can, and we do see a pack of units. There is going to be one SCV over here, not doing too much just yet, and Mule is still flying around the map. A lot of Zerglings on the way, along with some Banelings, and the flying attack is going to be finished momentarily as the tanks are going to be coming out as well. If we take a look inside the base of Tarson, we see 2 factories pretty much full-time, except for now it's not making anything, and the starport is a little idle, but as you can see, there is a lot of Marines being built at this moment, and he is going to be upgrading them non-stop, I suppose. 1-1 upgrade for the infantry and 0-0 upgrade for the ground units, but it will finish relatively quickly. He is making a lot more Marines. There was 7 more Marines coming out, and he might be thinking about taking his gold expansion, as IdrA really want to prevent him from doing so. And these infantry's got to be really careful because there's a ton of Banelings, and the tanks are siege up. This is a really nice siege tank line, because if they come in from this way, they will get shot over here, over here, over here, over here. On the tank line is just really, really good. Mule is picking up the little stragglers on the side there, and Thor is coming in to support the tanks, and the Marines are going to be able to take down these set of rocks, and that is a lot of little sparkles on the rock. It's as if that rock was a diamond. And there is going to be some mules coming around the side here. There is there is going to be 6 turrets right here on the side coming in, greeting those mules, saying hello. Here you come again, and here I am with these turrets. Does take down, I think, about 4 or 5 of those mules. Good exchange there for Tarson, and it looks like there's a huge battle in the middle. He is coming in with a lot of units, and he does manage to take on a good portion of those tanks and Marines. But a lot of those Marines did survive because they moved back, and we're getting healed by the medevacs. That was a good diversion there by IdrA. But he tried to go for the middle, but was not too successful against the tanks, and he is going to lose a lot of overlords. He may be supply blocked. He is supply blocked at the moment, and Tarson now in the lead, and there's a lot of Banelings over here. He does not want to engage those Banelings. He needs a tank to siege or possibly cover, or maybe even spread his Marines, and he does take down the gold expansion. He will be getting his own gold expansion as well. Mule is coming around the side, and those thingies are going to hit the Marines, not do too much damage. Mule is coming over here to the side, and Planetary Fortress is being morphed in at the moment. Pathogen Glands along with the melee attack number 2 is being researched for IdrA, and IdrA was supply blocked for the first time. He is behind his opponent in population count. He will be expanding to the west side for the base, and these tanks are not siege, not covered by the Marines either, and the Marines will be able to take down 1 Mulus, I think, in exchange for 1 tank. That was about even, I would say. More and more missile turrets are being placed around. And IdrA is going to move out around. Oh no, he is going to fall back once again. He is not retaking the gold expansion just yet, as he is a little bit short of minerals. He had to remake those overlords, and he was slightly supply blocked. More and more Thors on the way. More and more Zerglings, and more Mutalists, just more and more of everything. Some drones being transferred to the base over here, and he's also grabbing the base over here. I'm not sure if this is a mistake, because he is going to be stretched a little bit thin, as you can tell by his minerals. This is just really low spending. I mean, really low amount of stuff that's available. On the other hand, the Terran player has a lot of gas, and he is not using any of the gas. I bet you IdrA will want him to transfer some of his gas to him so he can make some more mules. Mules coming in here. We'll be able to take down that 1 SCV right away, and the Marines do run over to defend. Coming to the side here will be met with some resistance in the form of a turret. And there's also 1 SCV just cruising right through the territory that IdrA owns. IdrA has an extra hatchery over here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hatcheries total. And it does finally get taken down by that. Wow, that SCV is just so brave. I guess. Oh, he is alive. Oh man, I'm not kidding. The SCV is alive right here. That is one hell of a scout with a golden mineral in hand. And he is going to finally go down. Income tab does show a differential between IdrA and Tarson, but Tarson is in a very comfortable position, I believe. He is sitting at 184, 185 versus 188. Both these players thinking about those final 12 or 15 units. What would make the difference? What would tip the balance? And it looks like Tarson will be getting more upgrades. He does have 1-1 upgrades for his ground units, and so is IdrA. IdrA is gonna get the ground armor upgrade, whereas, ooh, these Marines actually run inside. Does kill off 2, maybe even 3 of those Mutalists on the side there. He's got to be really careful with these Marines, because if they run into a batch of Banelings, then that is just goodbye and good night. Holding the tower, running forward, trying to get a snipe on it, and if we see Fungal Grove, we may see a lot of these Marines die at the same time. He's going for it, he's coming inside, and he is going to run away. Great control and great response there by Tarson. He is not letting IdrA Fungal Grove him again like in last game. We see a Greater Spire coming along with additional Thors and upgrades for infantry too, and also armor, ground vehicle upgrade number 2, and we see a fungal growth go off. And there's actually nothing reinforcing it just this moment, and he should be fine. Wow, those are all really, really weak. And he did manage to get some kills on those Marines, but these Marines are being healed at the moment, and tanks are unsieging and moving forward. This is the perfect chance for IdrA to come in, and IdrA is actually running away. Shit. And it looks like he is going to move forward. IdrA's moving to the side. There's a drop here on the side, and this is one very brave SCV. IdrA coming in from the right-hand side. IdrA falling back to over there, and he is going to harass here possibly. The main army is going to be marching forward, and he is going to pressure IdrA and take down the gold expansion. Perhaps IdrA is going to finally clean up the problem he was having on the side. We see a drop going to the west side over here to this space with this medevac. Another fungal growth goes off, and this is just great coverage by these tanks on these Marines. Zerglings and Bailings do not want to rush in. Army size is at 189 versus 199. Both are pretty much maxed out, and the upgrade is going to be 2-1 and 1-1, about to be 2-1 for the Terran player Tarson as well. Tarson already has 1-1 for his infantry, and it looks like his little harassment was successful, was able to deter some of those drones from gathering minerals, and we see a huge pack of movement, and no, we do not. Some Marines are just trying to do some sort of harassment. Now he's going to go for the side base here. We'll be able to take that down. And IdrA's got to be not too happy about that, as he only has 1 base, 2 base mining at this moment. There's a huge glob of red in the middle. We can see the income differential is huge now between these two players. But Broodlords are coming in, and Zerglings coming in, Bailings coming in, and there's going to be fungal growth, and a lot of those Marines die immediately, but the tanks remain, and all these medevacs are going to be possibly taken down by the Mulas, and the Mulas are not actually going forward. The Mulas can take down these medevacs if he just simply goes forward. Oh, he's trying to catch it. This tank is going to go down as well. The Mulas are trying to chase down the medevacs, but it appears the medevac has gotten reinforcements from the Marines. That was a really, really good exchange from both these players. Both players lost a lot of units, and I think IdrA is actually hurting a lot more in terms of economy. As we take a look at the income tab, he is only about half the income of his opponent, a little bit less than half. And now he is going to be harassing Tarson's turrets. I'm not sure if that's the best use of his units. He thought about going in, and is he going to go in? Army size at 138 versus 145, and Tarson is going to get fungal growth and possibly take down those 2 Vikings. And this is a really bad exchange for IdrA, as he lost a lot of Mulas, also lost 1 Brulor, and he's going to lose 2 of those Infestors. For a second there, I was so excited I forgot what they were called. Command center is being placed directly next to the planetary fortress. He is going to hold his side. This base is not yet mining. IdrA is going to need to remake a lot of stuff. Both players are about even footing on income at this moment, and Tarson is going to destroy this side of the destructive rock so he can get to the expansion down there. And I think IdrA is thinking about what unit composition he needs to make, because some of those Vikings came out, did counter the Broodlords. And in particular, unit are going to be 49 Zerglings, 4 Mutalists, and also some Broodlords coming out, along with a lot of Bailings, 22 Bailings to be exact, versus 43 Marines and 6 tanks, only 6 tanks. I could have sworn I saw a lot more. And the final upgrades are being researched for Tarson at this moment as he's pushing forward. Tanks are going to be 2-0 versus 2-2 for IdrA, and it appears his infantry units are going to be 2-1, and he is going to come in here. Maybe this is a mistake. He is coming inside. There are tanks scattered all throughout, and there is just green goo everywhere. A lot of Marines are falling. The infested Terrans are pushing forward, but will he be able to break this? He also has Ultralists. Ultralists are going forward as well, and he actually takes down Ultralists with just Marines. That was a really, really nice spread of units there by Tarson. And now IdrA regrouping once again. Unit counting station does show that he lost quite a bit of units. He only has 2 Ultralists and 4 Mutalists and 1 Broodlords, whereas his opponent does have 29 Marines. Wow, he's just going all Marines, and it looks like these Marines are on patrol. And Infestors trying to do some damage to the side, or maybe possibly guard the side. Marines running up, trying to take care of those Infestors, will not be able to. Overlords getting shot at, and Vikings fighting against. Mutalist loses 1 Mutalist, 1 Viking goes down, and the other Viking is going to run away, possibly back into the reinforcements of those Marines. Will be able to stay alive. Their unit loss show a lot more Zerg units have been lost, but at the same time, he's been making a lot more units. Will the Zerg be able to figure out this defense against the Terran player? The Terran player is turtling quite well. He is grabbing a base slowly, but surely he is moving forward. Army counting station shows 1 148 versus 146 versus 154. Still really close. And there's a lot of Zerglings running around to the side, and there is going to be more tanks. I think more tanks is exactly what the Terran player needs. He needs to slowly pressure the Zerg player, because the Zerg player was not able to really break through the defense of the Terran player. There was a lot of SCVs just standing around there for a second. And wow, that is a lot of SCVs. Tank's getting siege at the SCV line because he knows this is sort of like exactly, oh, wow, this is not something you want to do. All the SCVs have to run around like this L shape. This is just really funny. Anyway, this is a good idea to defend, but he probably wants like a hole in the middle so that you could possibly get those SCVs through the hole in the middle instead of making them run extra long distance. Terran players still ahead in terms of income, and it's been quite a game. I wonder what these players are thinking now, as they must be thinking of the unit that will help tip the balance. IdrA is making some spine crawlers. He needs to defend this base, as the other base are going to be running dry momentarily. He actually does have 2 base mining. A Terran also has 2 base mining. IdrA has 3, trying to get his Zerg up and running. Marines moving forward. IdrA moving backwards. Oh wow, when did this happen? That's a ton of those Ultras. Actually, I did see what happened. Just very surprising to see it. And Ultras are coming in. It looks like they're going to be coming in here for a charge. Ultras going forward, and they're going to go backwards. This is a very formidable size of tanks. That is a total of 5. And there's a lot of Marines, and these Ultras have really high armor. Base going up at the west position once again for IdrA, as he wants to expand and prevent the Terran player from taking that place. And if we take a look at the resource tab, both these players are really low on minerals as well as gas, and they're nearly maxed out. So they're just waiting for that right play at this moment. Terran forces are going to be 3-1 for the ground, and we see some Mulas coming around to the side, and this bunker is not going to get constructed and is going to go down and get cancelled. And these SCVs, I think there's simply too many of them, and you should probably put some of them on gas, as some of them do go on gas at this moment. I think IdrA does not really want to attack, because he has, I think, failed twice in this game to break through the defense of Tarson. And Tarson, a very defensive unit, is not sieging his tank. He's sieging his tanks now. Oh, IdrA caught a very good siege moment, I think. He is coming inside. Fungal Grove goes off, and there's not sufficient number of Bailings. He does not have nothing to take down these Marines. There's a lot of Marines. The tanks are still shooting at the Ultras. Ultras are all going to go down. I can't believe my eyes. Army size is going to be 138 versus 151. More and more units pouring out onto the field for Tarson. Tarson, sensing his advantage, is going to push forward, and he is going to possibly siege this base, or maybe even this base over here. And at the same time, he is going to do some harassment on the side, possibly. He is going to start sieging up right next to this base, and once again, some Ultras, some Zerglings, but he forgot about the Bailings. He needs some Bailings to fight against these infantry units, and he is coming in here trying to clean this up, but the Minivacs are healing those Marines, and that is a good chunk of damage. In the meantime, there is a battle taking place over here that is not going to happen, it seems, because there's simply too many spine crawlers. The Minivac went there, was like, uh-oh, this is not the right place to drop off. Are you sure this is the drop-off point? And Tarson with a good lead now, I think 124 versus 134. I think IdrA really needs some Bailings, possibly. And IdrA coming in here to the side to try to deal with harassment on the side, and he will be able to lose some of those. Ooh, he actually only killed off one of those Marines. And IdrA has not yet started mining on this side over here. He's been so busy keeping his army up and running, and ooh, oh no, there's a whole pack of drones, and at the same time he is trying to pick off some drones. This tank does not siege in time, will go down right away, and he's trying to spread out his units. He cannot spread them out fast enough, and he's actually going down, and there's only 2 of those Ultralists left, and some Brulers are going to come in and help as well. But wow, this is a really nice upgraded 3-1 Marine, and they're actually killing off a lot of these Zerg units. And Zerg units, this infestor just running into die. I think IdrA is a little bit off his game that time. Oh, that was a really nice game. On to game number 3. See you guys there.